Good morning. We are going to do creditors reconciliation. Before we start, I first want to explain the concept of creditors reconciliation. So if we look at the following entry, Corner Stores purchased goods from Celeste Traders for 20,000 and then returns goods with a cost price of 4,000 to Celeste Traders. Okay, if we look at this again, Corner Stores is the one business, and that Corner Stores is our books. Then we purchase goods from Celeste Traders. So that means that Celeste Traders is our creditor, and we owe them the money. Okay, so first of all, we buy 20,000 and then we return some of the goods to them again. So when we do the creditors ledger, we are working in the books of the business, that is Corner Stores. And we open a creditors control account and we open an inventory account. So that means when we buy the goods, we will show that inventory increase on the debit side and creditors control increase on the credit side. That means that the creditors increase in our books. If we go to the books of Celeste Traders and we record that same entry, there's a difference now, because in the books of Celeste Traders, we are their debtors because we owe the money to them. So that means in their books, when we do the books of Celeste Traders, you must think of it as a debtor and not as a creditor, because in their books it is a debtor. So when they sell the goods, they will debit debtors control and they will credit sales to show that they've got an income and there's an asset because the debtors will have to pay them in the future. Okay, if we go back to the previous books again and we look at the returns of the goods, here we see that goods are returned with 4,000 Rand. So in the books of Corner Stores, Celeste Traders is a creditor. So if goods are returned, the creditors control account must be debited to indicate that less money is owed to the creditor. Inventories will be credited to show that the inventory is reduced. If we go over to the books of Celeste Traders, we will see that when the goods are returned, the debtors control will be credited because they have to indicate now that the debtors owe less money. And the debtors' allowances will be debited to reduce the sales, to show that the income decreased. So if we look at these two accounts, in the books of the one business, it will be a creditors control account. In the books of the other business, it will be a debtors control account. So when you start with this, it is very important to realize that any entries that you will record in the books of Corner Stores that is on the debit side will go in the books of Celeste Traders on the credit side. Because in the books of Corner Stores, Celeste Traders is treated as a creditor. In the books of Celeste Traders, the business is treated as a debtor. So when we do the reconciliation statement, it means that we have to think out of 2 points of view. If you do the creditors ledger, it means that you are recording it in the books of Corner Stores, and then you will treat it as you would do entries in a creditors account. When you do the creditors reconciliation statement, you want to show the entries that Celeste Traders will do in the future. and they will do it out of the point of view of a debtors control. So it means the entries will always be on the opposite side. What did we learn? In the books of Corner Store, the creditors control account is affected. In the books of Celeste Traders, the debtors account is affected. We will always have opposite entries, so what you record in Corner Stores on the debit side will be recorded on the credit side of Celeste Stores. And when we do the creditors reconciliation statement, the entries will be recorded as it will be recorded in the books of Celeste Stores. So that means that the entries will always be on the opposite side of what it will be in the books of Corner Stores. And you have to record it as Celeste Traders will record it in the future. So if they record something on the credit side, in the creditors reconciliation statement, you will have to record it on the credit side. If they will record something in the future on the debit side, then you have to record it on the debit side.